Working on a weekend like usual. Way off in the deep end like usual. Niggas swear they passed us, they doing too much. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Virgil got a paddock on my wrist going nuts. Niggas.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. Some important Texans news just dropped, and let me read it. The Houston Texans have continued discussions about the vacant head coach position with Jim Caldwell and Josh Mccown. Yes, you heard me right, Josh Mccown. And if you don't know Josh Mccown, he is NFL veteran quarterback, and he has a wealth of experience. But I don't know about him being a head coach job. Maybe in some smaller capacity. And then Jim Caldwell, I think not for head coach. Again, I want Eric Bieniemy. I mean, anyone but Eric Bieniemy would be a bit of a disaster, to say the least. But maybe him as like a coordinator in some capacity. But what do y'all think about this latest news so far?
I feel like the Mccown interview, I don't feel like that was a head coach interview. I feel like maybe they just said it was for head coach, but in reality, maybe it was like for assistant head coach. I feel like maybe if we got EB, he would be an assistant to EB, since Mccown is like he's like a player, so he knows what's in players' minds. Like, he knows exactly what's going through their minds, how they feel, all that kind of stuff. So like, he could help EB in a way, being an assistant coach, or maybe for all we know, being an offensive coordinator. Because before Mccown got here, Watson was already playing at a high level and putting up crazy numbers, game in and game out. But when Mccown got here, Watson took his game to a whole nother level. He got even better somehow. He got even better than what he was. So Mccown definitely has some kind of influence on Watson's game in a very good way. So I don't think it would be a bad idea to hire Mccown in some kind of position, but head coach, nah, that's too much. And for Jim Caldwell, I don't think he'll be the best head coach hire. I feel like he's a safe hire. He would just be the safe hire. Like, we've already seen what he did in, I think it was Detroit. Mm-hmm. He took them to the playoffs, I think like 9-7 or something like that. So he's already proven he can be somewhat of a efficient coach just to get you to the playoffs. But I don't feel like we need a safe hire right now. We need to go out and make a splash either in EB or Eberflus. I think there was Eberflus news this morning that came out, something about Houston's reconsidering something. I don't know. He had a really good interview. Some news like that. But yeah.
And I think for Josh Mccown, I think it'd be more suited if he was like some QB coordinator, like QB coach, and then maybe I can totally see Tim Kelly as offensive coordinator, if not David Culley, that Ravens wide receiver coach. So I just think it's too early for Josh Mccown to really become a head coach or offensive coordinator. I think he needs to like go through that process that all players go through when becoming like a coach, making that transition from player to coach. So I think it's just too early for Mccown. I don't think that I highly doubt he's going to be the next head coach. But I would not know how everyone would react if he was head coach. Probably like it'd be a hoopla, man. It's like going to be crazy.
And for all we know, maybe Josh Mccown is going to be like as you said, a QB coach. But then for the Jim Caldwell interview, he got a second interview. Maybe that's for OC, because I think he was a quarterback coach for the Miami Dolphins not too long ago. So maybe they're interviewing Jim Caldwell to be a offensive coordinator in EB system. Maybe they think he would be a really good benefit to him, since he has prior experience in coaching, head coaching, coordinating, QB coach, and everything. Maybe the offensive staff is going to consist of Jim Caldwell, Mccown, and then Tim Kelly in some way. Maybe they all put their minds together to keep Deshaun happy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be good. I think players said that Caldwell has like a calming presence, and I think a lot of people said that Caldwell didn't get a fair shake in Detroit. Like, he was on very thin ice like from the very beginning, and so maybe like this time he can like you said, become offensive coordinator. and maybe I think that would be a good like move. Like if that were to happen, I mean, EB like for me has to be the head coach. Like it's on the wall. I feel like the writing's on the wall, right? Like there's no way, but yeah, I mean like if EB is coming, I feel like that indicates that Watson's staying for sure. So yep.
And then there's a big age gap in Jim Caldwell and Eric Bieniemy. I don't feel like they're gonna hire an old coach in Caldwell. I feel like that's just as I said, for like offense coordinator or something. Because Caldwell's 66 and EB's 51. It's like a 15-year difference. I don't feel like they're gonna go that old. He's almost 70. He's probably gonna get like a 5-6 year deal. By the time he's up, it's gonna be 70, 71. So I don't think they go that route. I think it's just to pick his mind or something.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, if it's not EB, then the only other guy I would remotely consider would be Eberflus because he has a pretty good personality, not as good as Eric Bieniemy. I feel like Eric Bieniemy would be better for like the locker room culture and everything. But Watson has vouched for Eberflus in the past in the press conferences when they asked him about his defense and stuff like that. And Watson had high praises for Eberflus. So did Justin Reed and other players. So Eberflus wouldn't be too bad either. I think pretty good too. But obviously Bieniemy. Any last thoughts?
I think didn't Eberflus? He's a really good. He put the Colts defense was like not really that good a few years ago, and he turned them into like a top. In my opinion, the coach like a top 5, top 3 defense. He turned them in from like a bottom 7, 8 defense into a top 5, top 3 defense. And this year when they played the Packers, Eberflus, he really put some mind tricks on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, he wasn't the Aaron Rodgers we know against the Colts defense. So if Eberflus can do that with the Houston Texans, confuse opposing quarterbacks, sure he's going to be the head coach, but he could have some influence in coaching the defense. So I feel like he would be a really good candidate as well with EB. So either one, I would be fine with. I don't think either one would be a L.
Yeah, and actually, John McClain said on Sports Radio 610 that there is no chance the Texans hire Josh McCown as head coach. And I feel like recently, Pancakes or John McClain has been pretty reliable lately. I mean, he used to have a bad rep. I mean, he has pretty weird questions, and like he wasn't as super reliable in the past, like a couple of months ago. But recently, with this whole this off season, I think he's been pretty good. He predicted the Caserio hire like a week before the national media found out, and so I think but yeah.
And a plus in that is if Watson is to get traded, John McClain is going to be the next head coach. He has more of a chance to become head coach, whatever.
For real. And I think that and I think that pretty much wraps up the video. Let us know in the comments what your reactions would be if we were to hire someone like Caldwell or Josh McCown for head coach in the comments below. And once again, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Peace.